This is a Defocus Media production.
Audio Jungle.
What's up, everyone? It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glovin.
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Lyerly, resident optometry nerd.
And welcome to Defocus Media, optometry's #1 podcast, where we discuss the hottest topics, latest technology, eyewear, practice management, and more. So sit back, relax, and defocus.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special live presentation of the Defocus Media podcast. I am the host of this special live edition, Dr. Harbir Sian, host of the Canada's #1 optometry podcast, the 2020 podcast. I'm happy to be with you guys here at the beautiful Drake Hotel in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, and here for a special Vision Council event, the Regional Connection Series. And I'm here with two amazing guests, Ashley Mills and Scott Shapiro, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we did today, amazing day, and what to look forward to here in Chicago. So if you wouldn't mind, each of you please introduce yourselves.
I'm Ashley Mills. I'm the CEO of the Vision Council.
I'm Scott Shapiro, CEO of Europa Eyewear and chair of the show committee for the Vision Council.
Awesome. Well, Ashley, this event here in Chicago, this was something a little bit different. Can you tell us a little bit what is different and what you've done in the past?
Well, certainly. So we usually host an executive summit every year for our industry's CEOs and C-level executives with programming and networking and a lot of professional development, as well as updates on the Vision Council. And because of COVID, yet again, we were not able to do it the way we wanted to do it. We really thought we could get it in, but it wasn't meant to be. So we've decided to get out there and engage with our members in a different format. So we're doing a regional event instead. And it was really well received. I'm really thrilled with how the last day and a half went. Yeah,
absolutely. I would have to agree. Absolutely. Definitely. This is my first time attending an event like this, and I had a wonderful time. Today, it's 5 o'clock here in Chicago. Today was a jam-packed day. A lot going on today. A lot of great information, great speakers. I learned a lot of stuff I'm going to take back and implement right away. Tell us a little bit about what went down. What were what the highlights for yourself, Ashley?
One thing I just noticed and was talking with someone from Carl Zeiss Vision about was the fact that we just completely lost engagement during meetings when we were always virtual. Like at the beginning, everybody tried really hard and some people would put stuff in the chat and some people would ask questions, but I've really seen that engagement has just fallen off with the virtual. And we had so much engagement. I mean, people stayed. Nobody left early. People asked questions. The bar's open, and yet people didn't even leave this room because they were all talking with each other. So
they're there now.
We made them go. But it was for me, it was the engagement. You know, we really missed not seeing our members and talking with them and hearing with them. And this was a great event to start to see how people's businesses have evolved and to show everyone how the Vision Council's evolved. And I think the engagement was the highlight for sure.
Engagement was fantastic. Absolutely. You're right. After each speaker, there was endless questions. Honestly, everybody wanted to know more and dig more into the details. I loved the insights, and it was at least with the insights in the beginning. I was like jotting down numbers and trying to see how that applies to business right now. Amazing insights there. How about yourself, Scott? What were your takeaways today?
Well, from a content perspective, I really enjoyed the time that we spent on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I think that conversation was outstanding. But I think it's also a symbol of what the Vision Council can do for our industry. Simply by including that as a major portion of the content of this event, it pushes those topics to the forefront where, there are a lot of very influential people, business owners in this audience. Each one of them cares about that topic, but by having it here on this stage, it forces them to be a part of that conversation, and it sets a priority that's going to be an important topic that matters to all of us. But that was my favorite part of the content. but it's not my favorite part of the weekend. We all went to a Cubs game yesterday.
Yes,
You guys talk about visiting my hometown, but like I felt like you guys were in my living room.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that being able to, the Vision Council hosted an event on the rooftop, which is like a Chicago bucket list thing to do. It's a great place to throw a party. And the networking that Ashley talked about is really the highlight of any of these events. What I really love is being able to sit during this content, soak it all in, and then go to the bar and talk about it with your peers. That sort of hybrid experience is really special, and the Vision Council is outstanding at putting together those types of events.
Absolutely. Definitely, we're talking about today's events, but yes, the event really started yesterday at Wrigley Field, and that was a really great event. And I want to say a big thank you to the Vision Council for hosting that. That really was special. Definitely a bucket list for me to go to Wrigley and experience it from there, especially. So, you touched on this already, the engagement. You've touched on the fact that, Scott, there's some heavy hitters in the room here. This was a pretty intimate event, right? And again, my first time being here, but I got to meet, countless number of people very, very quickly. And learn a lot from, and we're going to now, once we head down to the bar, we're going to wrap this up real quick so we get to the bar. I'm just kidding. We go to the bar, we'll rub more shoulders with more people. But, tell me about like who's invited and like what was the goal of how many people you wanted to have here?
So this is different from the Executive Summit. The Executive Summit I mentioned is usually C-level executive. It's exclusive. It's really like the highest level leaders in the industry. We had that here too. However, this was open to all members, all levels. It was also complimentary as part of membership.
Wow.
So we wanted to use this as an opportunity to show our members how they can engage with us. And some of the people that were able to attend maybe typically don't work as closely with us as, like, say, Scott, who's on our board, and the other now people had a chance to really get exposure into, like, all right, how do you tap into our data insights?
Right.
How do you want to get involved in advocacy? So this was a really dynamic mix of people at all levels of our member companies.
Yeah, really, really great. Really, and the fact that it was complimentary for members, but is open to non-members as well. Is that correct?
We were hopeful that we would use it as a recruiting situation. So we would be happy to have anyone. We put together this program to bring the industry together.
Sure. Well, for the people who want to join future events now, they know if they're not a member, they can become a member. You can come check it out and enjoy all the fantastic events that you put on. So we're here in Chicago. We did one bucket list item, Scott. We did the Wrigley rooftop. All right, but we're here for a few more days. I'm going to be attending a couple of more meetings this week. What do I need to do to really take in the Windy City?
I'm so glad you asked. Okay. So first of all, everybody always talks about our pizza. The deep dish pizza is great. You should go to Lou Malnati's.
Okay.
There's other like touristy places. I won't name them. Lou Malnati's is the place to get the deep dish pizza. And everybody talks about Chicago hot dogs. Those are great. Portillo's is the place to get a Chicago hot dog. But nobody ever talks about the Italian beef sandwich, which is like really a uniquely Chicago food that you can't find really anywhere else in the country except for like Chicago places that open elsewhere around the country. And it is the best Chicago food. The Italian beef sandwich with sweet and hot peppers, double dipped, ordered exactly like that at Portillo's, and you will thank me later.
So reminding me of a Seinfeld episode. You don't double dip, but all right, that's totally going off track.
Different type of double dip.
Okay.
And then also, if you're in town and you have an afternoon, especially in the summer, by the way, don't come in the winter.
Yeah, who comes in the winter?
The architectural boat tour is, it seems like maybe a touristy thing to do, but I still do it when I'm in town because it's a great way to learn about the city. It's beautiful. You get to go up and down the Chicago River. One of the things that's greatest about our city is the architecture, and this will walk you through the whole history of the city based on the architecture. It's a great way to spend a day.
Amazing. Wow. Okay, so food, architecture.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, got it.
It's like food, architecture.
Got it. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Any final words, Ashley, Scott, you'd like to share about the Vision Council, about the event today?
I just want to say thank you to Ashley and the TVC team. I know that putting on these events are tireless efforts, and you guys do an absolutely incredible job. And those of us who attend them, I happen to be on the board, but even if I wasn't, just as a member, we really appreciate all the work that you put into doing it because I think it's a fantastic success.
Thank you. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
We're really pleased with how it went. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hosting us, Scott.
Not technically, but
thanks for
in a way
having us in your city, Scott.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you. I'm honestly, I'm blessed. I'm really grateful to be here. to take all this in and to learn so much. Honestly, the Vision Council puts on amazing events, and there's so much great information here. So if anybody out there is interested in the Vision Council, please look them up and inquire and ask questions and see if you can get involved. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to this special live edition of Defocus Media. I am Dr. Harbir Sian. Don't forget to check out the 2020 podcast, Canada's #1 optometry podcast, and we'll see you again another time. Take care, guys.
All right, colleagues, and it's a wrap. Thank you dearly for hanging out with the Defocus Media team. We hope truly something resonated with you. And if it did, be sure to give us 5 stars and make sure you follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, you named it. And our handle is at Defocus Media on all platforms. And until next time, be sure to keep